Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing really well. Today's video is all about choosing the perfect shoulder rest for you. Now, first off, straight off the bat, you do not have to use a shoulder rest. Many people don't. I say many people. Some people don't. I work with professionals who just don't use them. They don't find them comfortable. But I would say if you are a beginner or fairly early on in your playing experience or career, I would recommend that you have a shoulder rest of some form. They just mean that you can really set yourself up in the best possible way to have your good playing posture, your good technique, all of those things. So we're going to get into all the bits and bobs that you need to know in today's video. If you are new to my channel, then welcome. It is so good to have you. My name's Heather and I am a professional viola player, and this is said viola. I mean, she has a stand now and everything. She's very fancy. Now, choosing a shoulder rest can be hugely overwhelming, and I speak from experience because I once walked into a shop and was like, I think I need a new shoulder rest, and they presented me with, no joke, probably in the region of about 30 different ones. I was like, okay. So yes, maybe going in with a little bit of an idea is probably a good start, but the most common shape you'll find is something a bit like this, and this is obviously my shoulder rest, and it is a curved shape with 4 little rubber feet attaching it to the instrument. They can come in a few different materials as well. You can get wooden ones, you can get plastic ones, you can get rubber ones, and then you can get carbon fiber ones. Now, okay, I'll tell you which one I have because otherwise we're going to keep referring to it. I have the Pedi viola rest, and I chose this one because, number one, it fits me really well, and I like it for that reason. But this viola is heavy. She's nearly 16 inches and she's quite chunky, so she's heavy, and I find just, you know, holding that weight was really, you know, it makes it, it's tiring. It makes you tired. So my primary reason for wanting to get a new shoulder rest was something that was super lightweight. So that's why I ended up going for a carbon fiber version. Some people in the instrumental world sneer at carbon fiber for, you know, you can get carbon fiber instruments now, which, I mean, do look a little bit odd, so, you know, we'll see how we feel about that one. But you can get carbon fiber bows, which I played on when I had violin, and I absolutely loved my carbon fiber bow. It was brilliant. And equally, I am a massive advocate of this because this rest has never fallen off. Now, this is often the bane of many people's lives when it comes to their shoulder rests, is that they just fall off all the time, which is obviously very irritating, particularly when you are, you know, mid concerto or mid, you know, audition somewhere you really don't want it to fall off. So I'm a big fan of this one. Not affiliated anyway, not sponsored. I mean, Penny, if you want to sponsor me, then you know where to find me. But this has just been a really excellent shoulder rest for me. So I wanted to mention it at the start of the video that this is what I use. This is not cheap, okay? This is one of the, I mean, it's not the most expensive by any stretch of the imagination. It's a little bit higher up there, but like I said, you know, this is my job, so I'm willing to spend a little bit more on the perfect thing to work for me. But let's get into how you can choose the best one for you. So one of the most important things about having a really good fitting shoulder rest is that it will really help you with your playing posture and your comfort. Now, you will often hear teachers talking about, you know, bringing the instrument to you rather than you to the instrument. So none of this going on, none of this going on, none of this going on. We don't want any of that. So when you go into a violin shop or viola, let's call it a viola shop. They should be called viola shops. And you say, I want to try on, you know, I want to try out some new shoulder rests. Make sure that you are adjusting the little feet to the correct height, okay? So this one, you know, you can twist it one way to make it shorter, twist it the other way to, you know, bring the pins out and make it a bit longer. You can also make this one a little bit smaller to adjust to your viola, which again is a very useful thing. But make sure that when you have attached it to your instrument and you're all good to go, that when you put it up and you set your instrument exactly where you want it, you don't have to do anything. It should just sit there, and you should be able to just turn your head, rest it, and it stays. You need that to be the case, okay? It's really important, which is why it's point number 1. Because if you have to do this will cause you an injury. and it will be painful, and it's just not a good time. So you want to make sure that you are completely relaxed when holding your instrument with the shoulder rest attached. Which shoulder rest you choose will also actually impact the sound you make. So how it attaches and whether, you know, it's properly installed will affect the sound of your instrument, but because of, you know, how comfortable and or not they can make you, it will really, really affect your tone. So make sure that when you go to try out rests and things, that you either take, ideally, your teacher. Number one, your teacher, if they can come with you, maybe make it the lesson for that week is that you go and choose, you know, you go and choose some, you go and look at different ones. Or take a friend with you, or a parent who knows you're playing, knows how you normally sound, and also, you know, knows how it should sound and how it sounds best. Because then they can give you a really, really good idea of how each one is making you as a player sound. Because it will have an incredible, like, it makes so much more of a difference than you think it ever could. Take your time choosing, okay? This is not a quick process. I mean, it may be a quick process. You may find the one you love straight away. Great, love that. But it probably will take a while. So once you've found, you know, 2 or 3 that you're liking the feel of, take your time. Play on each one for, you know, several minutes. So, you know, take some music with you and just practice things, play lots of different styles, play your scales, play your exercises, play your concertos, play your orchestral movements, all of these things. Also, test them both out when you're stood and when you are sitting, because our posture does change slightly, you know, there's no way around that, okay? And you need to make sure that this shoulder rest will be comfortable in both standing and sitting, playing in a symphony, playing your concerto, playing your scales. It needs to suit all of these things. So take your time. Try not to be influenced by other players around you too much. So for example, you know, I've just said that this is the one I use. This is the one I use because it fits me. Chances are you are probably a very different shape to me, a very different height, a very different build, a very different age, all of these things, okay? So whilst, you know, your teacher's rest may be the perfect one for them, it may not work for you at all. So this is why I'm saying there are some really, really good makes, and I'll go through a few at the end, but go in and try them out. Obviously at the moment it's a little bit tricky, so maybe order a few online, give them a go, and then, you know, you can send the ones you don't want back. But make sure that you are choosing the one that suits you. It doesn't have to be the one that everybody around you is using, okay? I know people that play with just a sponge attached, and they have it just, you know, with some little rubber bands, and that's perfect for them, okay? And you may look at them and go, why do you have a kitchen sponge attached to your instrument? Now, oh, side note, do not attach a sponge with any kind of scourer, okay? I feel like that's obvious, but I also feel like I should say it because I have seen it, and yes, please, please, please know, you know the really, really nice soft ones? Those ones are the ones you want. So when it comes to actually attaching your rest to your instrument, it's really, really simple, but unfortunately that means that it's very, very easy to get wrong. So here we have my viola, and then I have my shoulder rest with the 4 little rubber feet, okay? Now, I lay it on the crook of my arm and then hold it like this. It's a little bit hard to show you on camera, but then you get 2 of the little feet on one side, hold them steady, and then slide on the other. So I have mine across like an angle here. You can absolutely copy what I've done here and have a go, see if it works for you. But if this isn't comfortable on you, then just play around. You can really, you know, you can shift these feet so it's a bit straighter. Like say you can bring this one a little bit further down. You know, you can really, really play around with it. So do. And play around with each rest that you try, okay? Because you might find one. So for example, when I first put this one on, I didn't like it. I was like, oh, really uncomfortable. And then I just shifted it by about ½ an inch. It wasn't a lot. And then I was like, ah, yes, now we're talking. So for me, there are kind of 3 top brands, which are the ones that I've used the most and I've had the most success with. And those are Wolf shoulder rests, Coon shoulder rests, and then the Pedi ones. Now, the Coon and the Wolf ones are the slightly lower price point. Like I said, the Pedi ones are a little bit more expensive, but I would say that this is an area of your kit that is worth, you know, if the more expensive one fits you the best, then it is worth it, okay? This shoulder rest has been worth every penny because it will affect so much about your playing it. Like I say, I keep reiterating it because it's so important, but it will affect your posture, it will affect how long you can play, it'll just affect your overall comfort levels, which will mean that practicing will be much more enjoyable for you because nobody wants to practice when they're in pain. And I mean, don't practice if you're in pain, that's not good. But you know what I'm trying to say. I really hope that has been useful to you. I feel like it's been quite a rambly video, so please do forgive me for that. But like I say, the main points are to go into a physical shop if you can, take somebody with you and try them all. Try the really bizarre, funny looking one that like hooks over your shoulder. Try the one which is, yeah, like a soft pad. Try the one which is wooden. Try the one that is plastic. You know, really give them all a good go because this is such an important thing to get right, and it's worth taking the time over. If you go to one shop and you're like, none of those really felt that comfortable, then I really recommend going to another one. They may have a few different options there. Like I say, there are so many different brands and shapes and all sorts that you can get. So yeah, take your time, try as many as you possibly can. And also, like I say, the cheapest one doesn't mean it's the worst, okay? It might just be, you know, slightly cheaper materials that they've used, but again, that's not always a bad thing. So don't get overawed by a price tag. Don't think, you know, I must have the fanciest, most innovative one. Choose the one that fits you and works for you. And also, super important, don't feel like you have to stick with the same one forever. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, oh, I feel like I might have changed shape a little bit. My technique has definitely changed a lot since I got this one. So I'm actually starting to get a little bit tempted to go in and try some new ones, but maybe also I just want some new toys, I don't know. But bear in mind that you will grow and change, particularly if you are still growing. Then just make sure that you keep that dialogue going with your teacher as to whether you are actually comfortable still. If you have any other questions, then please do let me know, and I hope this was very helpful for you. If it has been helpful, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. It does, it really helps the channel out. And yeah, go and check out some of the other videos on my channel. I hope they will be helpful to you. A few will be coming up just at the end of this video. So yeah, have a lovely time until I see you next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!